just off the heels of the highly anticipated July Stadia Connect. And we content creators came out with one mindset, but social media, and it looks like the rest of the gaming world, came out with another one. Man, oh man. Has your boy MM2K been exposed? Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.
Maybe this time I am sorry. I don't know. Hey, yo, what's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the Stadia Dosage. Do me a huge favor before we get into this one. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when your boy's dropping these doses. I appreciate all of y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal, y'all know the reason, and y'all know the slogan. I am not too proud to ask. Let's get into it. All right, so the Stadia Connect has commenced. We did a live stream with the homie Eddie Player One. We did the live stream with him. We did the reaction show with Stadia, Sounds of Stadia. It was a fantastic show. I'll leave links to both of those below. Y'all gotta watch them and be entertained. Y'all will be entertained, okay? That being said, a plethora of us really didn't dig the show. I want to say, maybe, I want to say it was 60-40. 60% of us really didn't dig the show. 40% of us thought that the show, you know, wasn't hitting on all cylinders, but it wasn't a bad show. Now, I in particular was asked, what did I think about the show? And when it came around to me, I had to contemplate, because I don't mind the games that were being shown. And let's get to the games at first. Maybe that'll help solidify where I'm coming from. First, well, let's talk about the features. First, it was click to play and crowd play that was introduced. Now, click to play is where you can take the link and put it in your stream if you're streaming a game, and then so if someone sees the game, they can click it and they can get right into the game themselves, whether they have Stadia, whether they got to purchase it, whatever the case may be. There really isn't you gotta have Stadia. There is no Stadia to have. Stadia is just a conduit that gives you access to games. So you can play the game either via having Stadia Pro. Now, you can have a Stadia Pro subscription. You can either play it free, or you can go buy the game via Stadia using that conduit, right? Which is a cool feature, but it's one that's right now that's fully manual. Hopefully they'll make it automatic. If I select, let's just say Orcs Must Die 3 as the game that I'm streaming, they'll automatically put in my description a link to the game. Maybe that'll come along at some point in time. But then also there's crowd play, where you can select certain options for me as a streamer in game. Like, for instance, for Dead for Daylight, which is also coming to the platform. I'll talk about that in a little bit. You know, if you want me to be the killer, or want me to be the protagonist, or the person that's trying to survive, you know, you can select that. As I'm streaming it, you can use crowd play, and then the people that vote the most in one particular way will decide who I play as, and things of that nature. So those two features are going to be active very soon in games that we play. All right. So as far as the games that they showcased, it was Super Bomberman, Dead by Daylight. They showed an ESO expansion, Hello Neighbor, One Hand Clapping, Outriders, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the award-winning game, is coming to the platform, PUBG Season 8, Hitman 1, 2, and 3, and Outcasters, along with Orcs Must Die 3. Okay. Orcs Must Die 3 is dope. It was stealth dropped at the announcement, but it was already leaked. You know what I'm saying? So out of these announcements, there was really nothing to me that got me super excited. I like Outriders, but it's coming to other platforms in 2020, not coming to Stadia until 2021. Shadows Die Twice is a big game, don't get me wrong, but the vast majority of people that wanted to play that game have already played it. So when you put these older games in here, you're doing it to appease the current gaming community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it helps build your lineup, but you're doing it to appease the current gaming community and give them something else to tinker with on the system. And so therefore, in my opinion, I didn't think that this lineup and the way that they presented it was strong enough for a Connect. I thought it would have been better to break these up over the course of a month in July and just announce them. Oh, these are coming to the platform. This is coming to the platform. That would have been dope as far as I'm concerned, and that would have had more of a mind share impact, you know, as far as I'm concerned. And I feel that I feel that Stadia has to crawl out of this hole that has been created. Some of it is of their own fruition, but a lot of it is because of the media, the Stadia haters and the idiot herd. That Stadia sucks. It's for every person that I or Chase may convert over to Stadia or show them the light, and then they say, oh, okay, this is cool, I want to be part of this, you know what I mean? For every one person that we show the truth to, there are about 5 to 10 people that are converted in the opposite direction by the wrong yays and the meme cast boys and all those people, right? So to get themselves out of that poor ratio, in my mind and a few others' minds, Stadia needs to better hold their narrative. And I don't think holding this on a Connect and putting it in the Summer Games Fest, the big stage for 2020, was the right thing to do. And for those of us that were watching, we pretty much were dismayed at the performance, except for, you know, some more dismayed than others. Well, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10 because of that. Because my message to Stadia wasn't, I'm not upset with this games lineup. I'm not upset with it. It's just that you gotta get better at messaging, and this was not a good thing to do to regain mindshare, because you gotta dig yourself out of a hole to put this type of a lineup in a Connect. I don't think this was the smart thing to do, because I felt that it was gonna have a negative impact on mindshare. With that said, while we're doing our reaction show, I go look on social media, and Stadia is actually trending, and it's mostly positive. Let me show you something. So here's a tweet that I sent because I couldn't believe it. I said, what? Even after a Connect that didn't pack the punch many of us expected, Stadia is trending. Most of it is positive. Goes to show you, more people are getting this in their hands. More now know how great the experience is. They have tuned out the idiot herd. Positive vibes. And look at it. Stadia is now trending at 6,682 tweets. At the time that I made this recording, was only at 5,751. So it's definitely positive with posts like this. And big up to Clive Linden. He found this post by an Engadget that basically says this. Let's scroll up here. Stadia announces 16 upcoming games, including Sekiro and NBA 2K21. NBA 2K21 Outriders will come to Stadia at the same time they launch on other platforms. So I don't know if that's true, because it looks like that Outriders was supposed to launch in 2021, but we'll soon see. Game streaming service has been criticized for its limited selection of games. It currently has around 60 games available for purchase, but it'll be adding 16 more, including AAA titles by the end of the year. One major title coming is Sekiro. Players have been clamoring for Dark Souls on Stadia. While Sekiro isn't quite the same, it is the same team, and it should satisfy the thirst for the maddening, difficult combat. Plus, Sekiro has made our best games list for PlayStation and Xbox One. And then they talk about 2K21 coming as well. And he says, also be on the lookout for Hitman 2 and 3, Bomberman R Online, Dead by Daylight, Serious Sam 4, and others. Finally, Google is also announcing new Stadia exclusive games from music game specialist Harmonix, Until Dawn, Studio Supermassive, and Australia Studio Uppercut Games. So, you know, and there's a lot more positive vibes like this being put out there. So the question is, who's right, who's wrong? Has MM2K been exposed? Is he a Stadia hater posing as a Stadia enthusiast? And the answer is none of us are wrong. I think what a lot of us do erroneously is we put two things in the same bucket where they belong in different buckets. Bucket number one is how effective is Stadia's message to compete with the big boys? And in that bucket, my 4.5 assessment is correct. Nothing Stadia did right now at this Connect is going to make anybody interested in either getting Stadia as a supplement service or prying them away from their console, even though they got to pay $500 for it. It's not going to do that. With that said, we're contorting it with question for bucket number 2. Can Stadia's business model be successful standalone? And the answer is yes. And big up to the homie 6'4" who illustrated this during our follow-up stream. He correctly points out that Stadia is not a console. It doesn't require you to pay $500 for it. Therefore, they do not have to do the same type of clamoring and hammering and advertisement that Xbox or PlayStation have to do to convince you to pay $500 to $600, and for what I might add, for games that can be done on the previous boxes. They don't have to do that. They basically put the games out there and say, here they are. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got to do the dog and pony show that the other ones have to do in order to see success. There is a lane for them. And for those like the Paris Lilies and the other and the Skrill-Ups and all those other people that can't see past the 5 minutes of now, they are being proven wrong by Stadia trending and it being mostly positive, and by editorials or reports like this, news clips like this, that Stadia does have its own lane. They don't have to buck up against shoulder to shoulder right now at this moment against PlayStation or Xbox to see success. There are people that want to play these games, these AAA games or these award-winning AA or indie games without having to shell out $500-$600. They would love to just be able to go on their laptop that they already own, they've already paid for, and play these games. And Stadia can see success with that. So, with that being said, we gotta do this, and this is something I'm learning, is that in our dismay and in our criticisms of one aspect, we don't lump together another aspect. Yes, does Stadia at some point in time want to see success beyond PlayStation and Xbox? Yes, and in order to do that, they have to pry away some of those people that are going to do that. But do they have to do that right now? No, they got up until 2023, really 2022, when most of the casuals will start thinking about getting a PlayStation 4 and Xbox in order to do that, right? But in order for them to do that, their messaging does have to get better, and this was not a good example of that. With that being said, outside of this Connect, are people getting the platform in their hands and experiencing how wonderful and how great it is and how convenient it is on its own surface? Yes, and they are. And so despite some of us arguing about console war type stuff, there is the casual gamer that just wants to play great games and do it in a convenient way without shelling out a lot of money. And for those, they're slowly but surely coming onto the platform. So with that being said, I have been exposed in some ways. I've been exposed because I always tell y'all to put things in the proper bucket, in the proper perspective. And I had just assumed that the Stadia Connect, I had just saw the headlines. I just knew that they were going to get dog walked in the media, and they haven't. I mean, there's going to be negative stuff out there, but from what I see, it's mostly positive. So with that said, it helps me. You know, you learn every day. I wake up every morning and say I can learn something, and I learned today that don't just readily assume that because as far as the console talk, they may not be hitting certain points there, that it's overall going to be damning of them as far as getting outreach in another way. And so I learned something today. And that's it from your boy MM2K. Let me know what you think about what I have to say in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I have to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, to Stadia Dosage. And with all that said, hey, golf deer, enjoy that Orcs Must Die 3. You can get it. You can get access to it instantaneously, free with Stadia Pro. Just go to stadia.google.com for more details. And with that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.